A very warm welcome, my dear learners. Today, I will cover why Python is becoming so popular. And this will help you to give some inspiration as well as some intuition. Why should I go for Python learning? Therefore, I thought that, instead of going and giving the whole lecture on Python, I should tell you how the market is, how the overall trend is. In my overall series, I will be covering the whole Python, starting from how the programming, what is the programming is, how it is different from algorithm. Then we'll go to the each and every section and we'll cover that. But before I do it, what we have to see why we should learn Python. So, with that note, let's get started. I will cover a couple of topics, and I hope that this will help you to get some good understanding. It's about why it's called Python, this language is called Python, why will I learn it? That's the very important question, why I'm going to learn that, and what are the most wanted languages that has been trending these days, blah blah blah. Okay, so many of you might be knowing Python was a scientific language. By that, what means that it actually started to work in in academics, in universities, and in colleges, and by most of the researchers. And it is a combination of two languages, ABC and Modular 3. These two languages work together to create Python. There are two important versions: versus Python version 2, Python version 3, and it is created by Vito van Mosum. He is the one who started implementing, and he gave the name Python by seeing, because he used to see the series called Python and Monty Python's Flying Circus, and that gave him the intuition why not to give Python. On same day, he gave the name as Python, and hence we have been working with Python. So the $1 million question: why will I learn Python? There are many to it. I tried to keep couple of important ones, but there are many to it. First and foremost, it has got a great set of third-party modules or tools. Do PyPy, and you will be able to get those. It might be written in other languages, and you can quickly integrate. It has got multiple libraries. Internally, you call those libraries, and you're good to go. These libraries can be used for different data analytics, different data analysis, different text processing, going to be used for internet operations. So many things you can use with this. Then we have it free in the sense that it's an open source, and since it's an open source, it's free for us. We don't have to pay anything, guys. And then we have a lot easier to code and learn. So learning is easier. And we have a good supporting community who can help you. The data structure looks so easy, and we can use those easy data structures to create complex data structures. With that, I mean that if you have to store, let's say, that name, address, and many other things, you have to keep some kind of a structure that we call data structure. So these creating those structures are so easy with Python. It is light and it is fast. It is quite fast to work with. We have a great GUI, means graphical user interface support, so you can create a great UI and UX using Python. It is a high level language, as I already said that learning is easy because it's a high level language. And last but not the least, this language does not depend on any of the platform or any of the operating systems you are using. You code it in Windows, you run it in in Macintosh. It will be working fine. And I'm just showing this little bit of picture which will give you another intuition that why will I learn Python? You see that 25% of the population wanted to learn Python. It should have something very compelling that is helping everyone to you know to learn, or everyone is getting into learning that. Next is, you call it any of the IT technologies or IT development, application development, or any other development, we can use Python. And it has got great set of libraries and tools. Be it web development, data science, any of the scientific calculation, desktop development, cloud computing, name it few and it is there. And other important part is it has a framework that is evolving. We have we had 2.0, we had 3.0, and it's all evolving. It is easy to adapt because the whole structure is created so easily. It is very easy for you to get started with. The PyPy can help us integrate with other language quickly and in a better way. We have a, a good amount of resources already working in academics and institutions who are working in Python only, because it was made for the scientific calculation and hence so popular among the academics. It is good for automation. It is its user base is increasing, and hence many of the companies are adopting Python because more and more Python users are coming up, more and more use cases are coming up. Is libraries are evolving because it has got a great user community, and that is giving a good story why we should go for Python. I already told couple of usage, few other usage, and you can see the usage is starting from any of the desktop application. Create calculator, create anything using your as a desktop application. Python can be used, or create any of your portal, any of the web services. You can use Python as well. The current, current emerging technologies, let us say artificial intelligence, and part of it are data science, machine learning, or IoT. All most of them are so easily gelling well with Python. It has been a de facto language to start in most of the cases. Cloud itself has got Python. So any of the cloud, if anyone is taking cloud, a part of the cloud, Python is coming as default in most of the cases. Robotics, mobile app. So call it the name and you will see that Python is being used. This is giving a really a great story to say why we should not be going for Python, or why we should be going for Python. And I personally encourage with these things to see how powerful Python is, and how well diverse the application said that it supports, and how diverse the whole utility of Python is. It has got great community. We have Google open source, python.org, as well as GitHub, and it has got a great number to tell you. This is also helping us to grow its users. It is also giving the confidence to industries why to adopt. Python. And to conclude, it's easy to learn. Believe me, it's easy. As you will go, you will get to know. It is present everywhere. It is growing, and industries are adopting its features, and community supports are helping to grow, and the libraries are really good. So now, excited? Let's get with Python. It is, believe me, it's growing every passing day, and dear learners, let's be a part of it. Any question you have, I request you to please give in the comment section. That will help in improving the content, that will help in providing better learning. Thank you so much.